Hi there, my name is Kendrick, and welcome to Travel and Live Free. In this video, I'm going to talk about my country number 94 to visit every single country in the world, and that country is Sri Lanka. I got a chance to travel to Sri Lanka in April of 2022. So on this year, Sri Lanka was having an economical crisis and I was feeling a little bit worried of going there because I wasn't sure what's going to happen. My flight to Sri Lanka actually started from Vancouver, Canada, and I crossed the border to Seattle. And then from Seattle, I took the 14-hour flight to Doha. And from Doha, I connected to Colombo. The immigration process in Colombo wasn't too bad. However, it took forever for us to get our check bags coming out from the belt. We ended up staying in an airport hotel called Goodwood Airport Hotel. And this hotel was not bad. I think we paid about 2,500 rupees to go to the airport hotel. And there was a lot of touts in the airport trying to sell you tours because the country is experiencing economical crisis and a lot of people don't have any jobs. We ended up sleeping for 12 hours in a row because we were so dead exhausted after that brutal 14-hour flight and the additional flight going to Colombo. And by the time we woke up, it was already nighttime and we ended up getting some fried rice at a local place. Hands down, it was one of the best fried rice I've ever eaten in my travels. So I'm pretty glad that we did that. The next day, we ended up contacting our guide for the country. His name is Miral, and after breakfast he picked us up from our hotel and we started our journey to Sigiriya. Along the way, the first stop was to get some coconuts on the streets, which was really yummy, and our first stop on our way to Sigiriya was the Dambulla Cave. Going to Dambulla Cave taught us that Sri Lanka is a Buddhist majority country, and to get to the cave we would have to take these long flights of stairs up towards the cave and check out the cave itself. The cave itself was just okay. It wasn't something that blew my mind, but it was a neat introduction to Sri Lanka. We did have to pay for entrance fee to Dambulla Cave as well as the other places that we end up going to for this trip. So the $150 that we paid our guide was just for him to drive us around the country and give us some information on each of the sites. After checking out the Dambulla Cave, we went to one of my favorite experiences in the country, which was having an authentic lunch at a local's home. And it was one of the best lunch I've ever eaten, and they were very warm and friendly, and it was a very good experience. We finished our first day of sightseeing in Sri Lanka by doing an elephant safari near the Sigiriya area, and we paid $30 per person to check out the elephant safari. The kind of elephants that we saw here were Asian elephants, so I've never gotten a chance to see them before. I did get a chance to see elephants when I did a safari in Africa, but this is my first time seeing Asian elephants. The elephant safari was pretty neat, although I think I would have liked to go to another safari in Sri Lanka where they have leopards, but that's okay. It was still a good experience. We spent the night at a hotel in the Sigiriya area and the food there was just okay. There was a blackout in the evening because the country of Sri Lanka is experiencing a fuel crisis, so we had to use candles to light our room in the evening. The next day, bright and early, after eating breakfast, we went to Sigiriya, which is the most famous site in Sri Lanka. There was a lot of people in Sigiriya that was trying to sell you their tour guide services, and they were so disappointed when we told them we already had a guide. There was also quite a few European tourists here, but you can tell that the number of tourists going to Sri Lanka has significantly declined because of the economical crisis. After taking many flights of steps all the way to the top of Sigiriya and taking pictures and making videos, we made our way down because it was getting way too hot, and we were off to our final tourist destination in Sri Lanka, which is doing the local village tour. The local village tour is probably my favorite thing that we've done during this trip. It was very interesting and unique as far as experiences go. We started off by taking this buffalo ride towards this lake where we would take a boat to go to a local village, and in the local village we would get a chance to explore it a little bit. So I got a chance to climb up this tree house, and afterwards the locals living there prepared some local dishes and they showed us how they prepared it. We even got a chance to participate, which was really cool, and it was really delicious to eat those local dishes. We finished up this tour by taking a tuk-tuk back to the main road, and the tuk-tuk driver even let us drive the tuk-tuk, so for a short while we were tuk-tuk drivers. After this experience, we drove all the way back to Colombo, and me and Karen needed our passport pictures for one of our next travel destinations. So it was a fun experience to get our pictures taken by a local, and it was funny because they actually touch up our photos as well. For our last night in Colombo in Sri Lanka, we booked a hostel which actually shut down. So the owner of that hostel actually ended up putting us in their new accommodation. Again, there was a blackout that evening because of the fuel shortage, so we just ended up going for a walk to look for a place to eat. We found a place that had a generator, and we ended up eating dinner there. It's probably one of the best chop suey I've ever eaten. However, it was very spicy, so it was hard to eat all of it in one go, but we tried our best with our burning mouths. The following day, we flew out of Sri Lanka, and we have very fond memories of this country. I actually like my time there, and I would like to go back again one day. Might be a while before I come back to Sri Lanka, however, because my goal is to visit every single country in the world, and I don't think I'm gonna come back until I've completed that goal. Anyways, that's about it for this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave your comments below, and don't forget to sign up to Travel and Free newsletter, where you can get a 10-step cheat sheet on how to travel around the world. You'll also get the latest tips and strategies on how to save money on travel for Canadians, how to go on around the world adventure travel for Canadians, and how to use travel to get more freedom in your life as a Canadian. You can sign up to that newsletter in the description below. Until next time, I'll see you then.